Hello adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. I'm just getting my bedding all put together so that we can take off onto another exciting adventure pretty soon. I have thoroughly enjoyed my time here in Leadville, and as I have been enjoying it, it has been just really refreshing. Needing a break is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of knowing your body, and I needed a break. And so I definitely think that taking these last couple days to pay my bills and then also just to take a little breather and not push my boundaries too much was the perfect way to get me through this down stretch of my travels. I'm going to be meeting Riley pretty soon, and so I need to get off to new things. And so today I'm going to be putting all this away, and then after that I have to find some baby wipes. I need to possibly top off the tank, and I definitely need to dump some trash. So all those things are on the agenda for today, as well as finding some kind of new adventure. And so I don't know what that's going to look like exactly, but it should be pretty fun. And along the way, you guys, of course, are coming with me. Now, this has been a twofold time in Leadville. It gave me an opportunity to figure out my lights. My lights were something that were really being a problem. Let's just put it that way. After swerving to miss a deer whenever I was in Wyoming, I noticed that my lights were no longer working, and so I replaced them. And as much as I put up protest about having to fix them while on the road, and I was like, oh, I'll just wait till I get to base camp, I really am happy that I put them up, and these are going to be perfect. I think I will end up getting a longer string of them, and so once I get back to base camp, I'll do that. And then by the next time that I go out, I will have everything all lit up because this section is a little dark otherwise. But with that said, I can put this into its place, make up my bed, and then I already have my pants pulled out, so we're ready to go. Ultimately, skincare has to come first. So I've already cleaned my face, but now I need to get in here and get out a couple things. Ooh, it's time to put on the ordinary. Now each morning I go through the same routine. I wake up, I wash my face, I brush my teeth, and then I do my skincare, and that changes based on where I am, how long I've been using a product, and I've kind of talked about that on some other videos, but this is one product that has been consistently in my regiment because I just really like the way that it makes my skin look and feel, and it keeps me hydrated and youthful, but at the same time I feel like it gives my skin a nice pep me up in the morning, kind of like a coffee for my skin with the hyaluronic acid. So that's all done. Now I need to move everything to the front that goes to the front. The things that move to the back come to the back, and the puzzle pieces just keep on working out. Also, in regards to my song of the day, I think that today needs to be a fun song. I think today needs to be something that's just like, and that's why I think that Blister in the Sun should be the song of the day. Yeah, when I go walking, I strut my stuff. In my head, I'm thinking Blister in the Sun. Blister in the Sun is a good song. It's the one that they did the Socks video, you know, Socks the presidential cat. They like followed him around as though it was him saying these things, and it was super funny, very cheeky, really enjoyed it. So I think Blister in the Sun, that is going to be my song of the day. It's just real upbeat. Okay, I gotta plug this guy in here, and then I need to take these to the front, but I need to unplug this one so I can put it away, and normally that goes on my shelf so it doesn't get lost. While I'm down here, I have lotion here, so if I see it, I use it. So I always remember that if I'm seeing it, I should probably be putting it on. Let's face it, between all of the travel and altitude, up and down, and then also it just being summer, I need to be hydrating my skin more. And whenever I was looking for a lotion, I wanted something that had that sandalwood smell to it because apparently that's good for mosquito repellent. And I haven't had any issues while wearing this lotion with any bugs being even remotely attracted to it, which is wild. So I guess I should have been shopping in the men's lotion section as opposed to the women's, because the women's fragrances all smell like flowers and bugs really like flowers. Yeah, so that's kind of weird. I am going to check out some other women's lotions though, like the one that I had that I tried out initially that I really liked. to see if I can find that in a bigger bottle instead of like a sample size, because after I run out of this one, I would like it. The only thing I will say about the men's lotion that is a bit different is it feels different on the skin. I don't know how to explain it, but it just has a slightly different feel to it, and it's probably the series of ingredients that they use. The lotions that I'm used to using kind of absorb immediately. This one takes like a couple minutes to get the tacky feeling off, but other than that, like seriously, this has been awesome. Sandalwood, and it's free of parabens and dyes. It's dermatologist tested. It's good for hands and body. It's supposed to smell earthy and woodsy, like a masculine finish, which, can we stop prioritizing things based on man and woman when it comes to things like this? Because women's lotion also has sandalwood in it, and this smells identical to the women's lotion. But like literally, I was very upset that I was going to have to shop in the men's section for lotion as a result of them not having women's lotion with sandalwood, because we've defined it as manly. Why? Mosquito repellent should be universal, guys. It should be universal. It's kind of like the person who in my comment section suggested dude wipes for the same reason. I cannot express enough how good that dude wipes were doing for my mosquito protection. And again, they're retailed as dude wipes, but there's no equivalent to the dude wipes in the girls' form, because there's just not. We have fragrances that are very feminine and very floral, and those attract the bugs. Things I will never understand about retail. Things I will never understand. Like, since when do we have to have like sandalwood being a man thing? I don't get it. I do not get it. Clearly, I'm gonna buy it just the same because it works. And ultimately, your goal is to get things that work, right? So if you're a company out there and you by chance see my video, can we please just make lotion that is lotion? It doesn't have to be girls lotion or guys lotion. It could be just lotion. It serves a purpose for all of us. It feels nice. It's a good day for a floof. I only have a few more things to do, so I'm gonna get those things together. Then I'm gonna tie up my trash, and then I guess we're ready to go.
Close your eyes, hear the voice within, calling. This heavy load got under your skin, all in. You got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feelings bottled up inside, heading for collision in the night. To really live, you gotta die breathing.
Okay, everything looks pretty good in the back. Everything's in its stow and go place. I still have one patch to hang up. That's not a right now thing. There's a lot of people who are clearing out of the campsite because the beginning of the week is starting, but I'm one of those people. You know, I don't know what I'll end up doing. Who knows? Maybe I'll circle back and stay here one more night. I don't know. It's beautiful here, so I wouldn't be upset if I did. But there's a lot of adventure to be had, and I think that's going to take us in a different direction. So last night I had another kind of weird thing happen. I was in my van. I was almost asleep, and all of a sudden I heard thunk, and I was like, okay, what was that? I immediately honked my horn of my van, which is something that I do for safety, and I followed that up by immediately then FaceTiming Riley, because I knew that she would get it. She would get it. And in doing so, it turned into a thing that I was up for quite a while, just with concern, because I didn't know what it was, and I was also too afraid to look outside because it was loud. And I determined, I think, that it was probably an animal that had passed through my camp and bumped my van. That never happens, but it was terrifying. And so yeah, that was interesting. But I think this morning, by looking around and everything, it probably was in fact an animal. There were some tracks that kind of went through my campsite. They do have like elk and things like that roam through here, so you know, it was just a weird night. It was a weird night. But waking up to those snow-capped mountains, oh, it makes it okay. With that said, the all too familiar path of us leaving this wonderful camping site And see all of these sites they were taken and now they're empty, empty, empty. I have a few places here in Colorado that I come back to time and time again just because I love them so much. And it always makes me so happy to see other people are enjoying them. And for the most part, this one I've noticed people take care of. So if you come to the Turquoise Lake area, please make sure you recreate responsibly because it's one of my favorites and I'd be so sad if it was gone. Back onto the main road and I have to make a decision, left or right, which means we're about to have a full circle moment with Buena Vista. And in doing so, I'm gonna go to the place that I wanted to go last time that wasn't open whenever I was there. Started to rain just a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna last very long. With the fires that have been going all over Colorado, I am happy that it is raining because that could help quite a bit. And that's all I want ultimately. These places are beautiful, and so the fact that like they have such issues with the fires. I did see that one of the fires that was outside of Denver, they had pinpointed where it was and they think that it was human error. They weren't sure as of the time of me recording this if it was somebody lighting it on purpose or leaving a campfire unattended. They were still trying to figure that out. But man, we're the worst to the world around us. We don't pick up after ourselves. We treat it poorly. We need to do better, guys. We got to do better, like just in general. So yeah, we got to do our part. But the rain is picking up, so I'm gonna focus a little bit more on the road, and I'll see you when we get to Buena Vista. I'm gonna stop off first at the gas station, I think. 1311 tops me off, and I just threw away my trash. This is pretty nasty, nasty, nasty. I gotta clean this. But first, okay, there we go. Okay, back in the van. Gas was $3.49 a gallon, which I'm pretty sure is the same amount that it was the last time I was here. I got my trash out and I made peppers yesterday, so it smells spicy now in the back because the bag moved around. So I'm just gonna Febreze it. I like this one. This is my absolute favorite Cozy Campfire Febreze. Like, I found it and it's just pretty incredible. At the same time, whew, it's been a day already. Wow, it is really packed here in Buena Vista. I had to wait for a few minutes to get a pump even because there's so many people here. It's incredibly, overwhelmingly busy. Okay, I made it. There's the museum right over there, and I parallel parked. Not often that I get to parallel park these days, so this was really fun. It gives me a brush up on my parallel parking, and I'm still good at it, so that makes me happy. Meantime, I was charging this one from Leadville to here, and it was pretty low. It was at like 40%. It's now up to 70, so that's way better. I am going to detach this though and start to get that jackery topped off once I get back in the van because it needs a little love too. Ooh, that was an incredible museum. Ooh. It's also getting a little bit more cloudy. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. On one hand, I kind of want to explore. At the same time, I kind of want to move forward a little bit more because I still have a couple more errands. But this place is beautiful. I definitely love this community. I've been here so many times. Every time I come here, I do something a little different. One of these days, I'm going to come here with Riley or Dee or both of them, and we're either gonna go rafting or we're gonna rent one of those side-by-side things. I think that'd be super fun. Okay, this one's at 51%. This one is at 46. That one definitely needs some love. That one's powering my freezer right now. That's also the one that has not been charging because I've been charging the tiny guy. So as soon as I start charging it, it'll do fine. Let's go check the last one that's running off the actual solar. Okay, 74%. That's good, that's good. While I'm at it, I'm gonna grab this and put it in my fridge. So got some things in here. I already have one, so I'm gonna pull this one out, and this is what I'm gonna drink right now. This one is a coconut pineapple. Oh, I always like to keep at least one cold drink in the refrigerator so that whenever I come outside and it's warm like it is right now, because it's pretty warm, I can have something cool to drink. And I think that that's been the saving grace. At the same time, it sometimes seems unnecessary to get drinks because I drink so much water also, but you know, this is kind of like my delightful little joy. Like, this is definitely moving in, and it's moving in kind of rapidly. I wasn't in there that long, and this is all starting to like really take shape and form in this direction. It was a considerable amount of the road. I'm gonna look at the weather. I guess I'm gonna do that and then check on a couple other things, and then we'll figure out where we're going next. I don't know where we're gonna end up. Okay, it's starting to rain again, and I was thinking about maybe going over to Breckenridge today, but it is pouring in Breckenridge, so I do not want to go on the windy mountain roads whenever it's pouring. So I'm going to instead pivot. I'm going to go back toward Leadville. I know. I just can't leave there. I love it there. But realistically, I have good service there, so I can plan out all the things I want to do, and then tomorrow I'll wake up early, and then I'll either go to Breckenridge or I'll go toward Rifle Falls. Those are my two thoughts where I could have like some really cool adventures. Ultimately, I do need to find at least one good place to have Wi-Fi before I meet Riley. So I'm currently at the Family Dollar. I'm gonna go in there and grab the small things that I need, and then I'm gonna head back toward Leadville. Ooh, this is kind of like mine. Not quite as big, but kind of like mine. Cool. Ooh, do they have the Tiggers? Do they have the Tiggers? Oh no, they don't. Oh wait, these are diapers. Do they have the Tiggers? Yes. Yes, they do. Here we go. This is what we came for. Okay, I came outside. It is no longer raining. There are still menacing looking clouds coming this way though, so it is going to rain again. In the Breckenridge area, it is definitely raining right now. I can see it kind of off in the distance. Very dark and gloomy. So again, that's kind of why I didn't want to go to Breckenridge today. I don't want to be on that nasty, curvy mountain road with all the people who are trying to commute back to Denver because their weekend is over, and then tomorrow they have to be there at a certain time, so they're in a hurry. And I am going to go much slower than they would like to go, and typically that means I get this feeling of being pushed, and I just don't want to do that. I'm kind of assessing 3 different routes that I'm interested in going. I'm interested in going to Rifle Falls, Breckenridge, or Salida and taking the Monarch Pass. Now, each one of these has a pro and a con, and so now it's time to figure out which of those pros and which of those cons is worth it. I have approximately 2 weeks before I meet up with Riley, and realistically, I could do all of this in 2 weeks. But if I go to Rifle Falls, I'm gonna go over to Grand Junction, and Grand Junction is right now like 99 degrees. It's very hot at the time that I'm visiting. That doesn't sound super pleasant. It just doesn't. At the same time, they have really, really strong Wi-Fi, and they have a Planet Fitness. So I could go over there and take an everything shower as opposed to just a spot shower, which is what I do at my campsite that normally I don't show you guys because let's be real. It's a shower. It's not that big of a deal. But I could go over to Breckenridge, which is a place I haven't really done that much before. There's some cool looking things there. Breckenridge, again, I don't know the camping situation. There are some campsites that are showing to be south of there that are decent. There are some campsites that look like they're a little north of that have some interesting different reviews, so I don't know. If I go to Salida and go over, that takes me all the way to Gunnison. I feel like it's a little bit early for that, just because if I go Gunnison, I'm gonna go Montrose, then I'm gonna go Telluride, and then I'm just gonna be there. That's it. And I don't wanna just sit for 2 weeks. I don't wanna do that. I kinda wanna be able to move around and explore. I also don't wanna pre-explore and then have to double back and do the same things with Riley, because that's not fun for you guys, nor is it gonna be as fun for me. I might go down there a couple days early to scout some stuff, but I won't necessarily just do a whole bunch of stuff unless it's stuff that's not dog friendly, in which case I might knock those off my list and then circle back. We'll see. Still though, I feel like it's too early to do that. So my other option is Cresta Butte, which again, I do think I'm gonna do that. I just don't know enough about it. So I need to do some more research. So going back to Leadville is gonna be super handy. And while I'm there, I'm probably gonna cook something epic. So I'll share that on a different video if I do. Okay, I pulled into camp. I went ahead and put up my side windows, but my front window is still open. I have always been told that if you have focus issues, to leave your regular shoes on until you have finished the task. So I am staying in a seated position with my regular shoes on until I figure this out. But tomorrow we're gonna go one of those places that I talked about. I'm just not sure which one. However, the very next video, of course, will be the museum. I am very excited about getting myself together and figuring this out. It's gonna take me probably about an hour at least to research, to figure out which one would make the smarter choice for the trip. I don't know, I have no idea. But I'm eager to find out. Remember guys, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. Thanks for coming along for a regular day where I just did some normal things. I'm very excited because the possibilities are huge right now. I'm gonna keep the van running till I figure these things out so I don't drain my batteries by plugging in or anything, but you know, I'll be figuring this out and we'll be going someplace real soon, and I'm hoping it's epic. Till next time, bye.